Hi, this is Christy with Cultivating Calm. Okay, so we're in the third video within the series about depression. So far, we've gone into the cave, right? The dark cave, the depths of how we're feeling. We're really acknowledging what the feeling is and getting the wisdom from that feeling. And then now we want to know the next steps of really how are we accepting this knowledge, right? Applying and really making what kind of changes does that bring to our life? And I really want to talk to you about this because this is a great area for us to stop and pivot. So it's a great time in really what we're doing in this stage of like, wait a minute, I don't always have to come out of depression the same way or the darkness. I don't always have to feel like, okay, usually I'm sad for this many weeks and we're going to go forward. So you have all control. You literally are able to say, okay, I'm really spent some time journaling or in meditation, really taking it to the ocean or just just really sitting with that out in nature, sitting with it on my back patio, talking it through and really understanding, okay, I've done these things to really understand this feeling that I have when I feel like I'm in that dark cave, when I'm in the darkness. And I've learned from it. So how do I apply this into my life and really like accept that this is a new and different change in my life? Because sometimes we continue the process even when it's like you've maybe moved through it because that is what we're used to doing. But I want to just remind you that at any time you can pivot, you can change, and you can actually change your journey. That it doesn't have to be a certain amount of time, days, weeks. It doesn't have to be a certain way, but know that however you're processing this, whatever feelings come up to feel, and it can even bring like, my goodness, I went into the cave, I went into this meditative state and understanding why I'm feeling these sadnesses and why I'm feeling so much grief, or understanding the grief, understanding the hopelessness, that I actually had a few other emotions that I need to deal with before I can move forward or move out of the darkness, right? So, what is the beauty and the wisdom that we understand? And then now we're going to accept this peace and this knowledge, and we get to pivot. So, I want to just give you a great example. We use the example of going back to your 8-year-old self, understanding that when somebody came close, and that was just the example I used, that when somebody came close to my life, that it was like, ooh, that seems scary, like, right? Because I was thinking everybody would always leave. And that is just an example. But I want you to think about this, okay? So now I'm understanding that part of myself. I'm going to take a deep breath, and maybe scary, okay? And how can I make one step forward or to do things a little differently? And you may want to start by writing it down. So it's like, today I would like to talk to a new friend and feel like I can just sit and have conversation, and I'm going to allow myself to be a little vulnerable. Okay. You don't have to write it down, but we all process in so many different ways. I have a friend that says, Christy, I love your videos, but I want to take a little more time doing it. I'm like, great, watch it as many times as you need. Listen to it as much as you need to do with that so you can walk through at your own pace and your own time. Nobody else is saying, listen, you got to do this in this amount of time, and how fast are you going to do it? Okay, so anytime that you hear that in your head, just know that that's us being a little hard on ourselves. And negative self-talk is something I do have a video on, but I want us to just really focus today on knowing that it's okay to make a pivot, to change, and to know that that process and us really taking a next step forward is after that we really hear all the wisdom, we understand it, we now can see the pattern of how that's affected our lives, that I'm going to take a step forward. And it may be scary. It may feel vulnerable. It may feel like, oh, this is an uncharted area for me. But I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to see it's like, what doesn't feel good or what does feel good to me? And it may be that you just need to take it a little slower as you're walking forward. And that's okay. Knowing that you have the power and you also have now the tools, right? And if you need support, know that support's always there for you. But I believe that you can do this and you can pivot. You can understand this new, different way of doing things and you can step forward. So we want to know that, like, at any time that we've been dealing with something for 10 years, for 5 years, for 20 years, for 40 years, the same way that when we start healing and we start moving through these different things, that it's okay that we feel a little shaky. It's okay that it's like, I don't know, I don't feel grounded at all. And it's okay. Take a extra time to feel grounded or to balance yourself, but to move forward, right? We're going to pivot, we're going to change, and we're going to look at something a little differently. And so know that at any time you have the ability and the opportunity to pivot, change, and try something new. I love you. I hope you have a fabulous day. And know that even though things feel different or new in this experience of like walking through the darkness, know that you have the wisdom behind you. You have the strength, and I believe that you can do anything you want to do. Have a fabulous, wonderful day, and remember to take great care of yourself.